Welcome to the case study series in Business and Government Relations by Skilled MBA. In the Tyrone Brick Limited case, shareholders' agreements emerge as a powerful tool shaping corporate governance in India. Legal precedents underscore their binding nature, ensuring that parties comply with agreed terms. These agreements influence boardroom decision-making, protect minority shareholders, and maintain operational harmony, making them essential instruments for effective and accountable governance in complex business environments. Shareholders' agreements are private contracts among shareholders that establish rights beyond the Articles of Association. They serve as governance mechanisms, setting parameters for decision-making, share transfers, dispute resolution, and company operations. Additionally, they act as protection instruments, safeguarding minority shareholders against potential oppression by the majority. In the pre-2000 era, shareholders' agreements were rarely used in India. The 2010 period saw increased adoption due to economic liberalization. From 2010 to 2020, foreign investments led to more sophisticated agreements. Today, these agreements are crucial governance tools with complex judicial interpretations across jurisdictions. Tyrone Brick Limited, a Northern Ireland brick manufacturer, has a unique ownership structure with 5 shareholders, 4 individuals each holding 10% and a bank with a 60% majority stake. The shareholders' agreement, signed a decade ago, mandates unanimous written consent for increasing authorized share capital, highlighting its critical role in governance. The shareholders' agreement explicitly prohibited increasing authorized capital without unanimous written consent. Despite this, the company issued a notice for a meeting to pass a resolution to increase the authorized share capital. One shareholder objected, arguing that the meeting violated the terms of the shareholders' agreement. Shareholders' agreements raise enforceability questions. Are they binding on the company itself? Corporate personality doctrine questions if a separate legal entity can be bound by shareholder agreements. Procedural compliance examines if agreement provisions override statutory corporate procedures. Remedies for breach of shareholders' agreements include legal recourse options. The doctrine of a separate legal entity, established in Salomon v. Salomon, means a company operates independently from its shareholders. The Articles of Association, a statutory document, govern company operations. Parties have the freedom to create binding agreements enforceable through contract law. Courts interpret conflicts between corporate law and contractual obligations. The distinction between a company and a shareholders' agreement is crucial. A company's articles have statutory recognition, binding all shareholders, and are publicly accessible. Amendments require a special resolution. In contrast, a shareholders' agreement is a private contract, binding only signatories with amendments per agreement terms and enforced through contract law remedies. The Indian legal framework governing shareholder agreements includes the Companies Act 2013, particularly Sections 5 and 10, the Indian Contract Act 1872, and the Specific Relief Act 1963. Key judicial precedents like V.B. Rangaraj V.E., V.B. Gopalakrishnan and Vodafone International vs. Union of India highlight enforceability and interpretation issues within these agreements. Russell v. Northern Bank, 1992, established that shareholders can bind themselves, not the company. Puran Singh vs. Provash Chandra, 1946, set early enforceability precedents among shareholders. Shanti Prasad Jain vs. Kalinga Tubes, 1965, recognized private agreements in governance. Mafatlal Industries vs. Gujarat Gas, 1999, upheld shareholder agreements aligning with the Companies Act. A company as a separate legal entity cannot be restricted by private contracts. Share capital changes must follow statutory procedures, not private agreements. Directors are obligated to act in the company's best interest, not bound by shareholder arrangements. Transparency in corporate governance is crucial, and private agreements risk creating opaque parallel governance structures. When a company is an express contractual party, it is bound by standard contract principles. The board's approval signifies corporate assent, indicating the company's intention to be bound. Shareholders' reliance on these promises may invoke estoppel principles. With no statutory prohibition, freedom of contract suggests these agreements should be upheld. Enforcement mechanisms include injunctive relief, where courts prevent prohibited actions, and damages, offering monetary compensation for breaches. Arbitration provides a private resolution method as outlined in shareholder agreements. Specific performance mandates exact fulfillment of contractual obligations, ensuring parties adhere to their commitments. Ensure the company is a signatory to enhance enforceability. Align agreements with articles of association for statutory protection. Clearly define arbitration procedures, governing law and jurisdiction. Specify remedies like specific performance and liquidated damages. Regularly review agreements to maintain compliance with evolving laws. Our legal team excels in corporate governance and shareholder agreements globally. We provide expert advisory services in drafting, reviewing, and litigating complex corporate agreements. For further consultation, contact us at +91 87553 0795 or support.skilledmba.com. Visit our website at https://skilledmba.com for more information. Thank you for engaging with Skilled MBA.